Cue title scene. Alright, before we get started, I want to answer what you are all thinking. No, I can't see anything. On to the review. Now, Iron Man 3 is what's kicking off the summer movie season this year. Why? Because Oblivion sucked. That's correct. And this film does not suck. That's right. This I thought was the epic ending to an Iron Man trilogy. I'm sure he'll be in Avengers 2. They might go further with the character after that. They say at the end credits, this isn't a spoiler, they go, Tony Stark will return. They also should have put, after we give Robert Downey Jr. more money. But that's the way it works. As a movie, this film is very well done, but the thing is, it kind of only works as a comic book sequel. The thing is, there's a lot of setup based around what happened in the other two films, as well as the Avengers movie. But it is not enough so that it ruins the film, but it helps to have seen everything else first. Because the thing is that when we meet Tony Stark, we meet him the opposite of what we normally see him. Normally when people think Tony Stark, they think this rude, arrogant, self-centered jerk. And yeah, he kind of is, because he narrates a lot of the movie, and that kind of weirded me out at first. The thing is that narration in films should only ever be in movies where narration makes sense. In, say, the original Spiderman films, because he's narrating the first line of the movie, it's alright that he narrates the ending of, say, the third movie. But in this film, because there has never been narration in any of these films before, it kind of takes a second to get into it. But once it's settled, it stops after the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes is a flashback scene to explain the film. Yinsen's back for that. It kind of makes, I guess it's supposed to make everything come full circle. But it's just kind of there. But it's still mad entertaining. Basically, the plot of this film revolves around Iron Man having to stop the Mandarin and his cohorts who have the power of extremists. I don't know how many of you are comic book fans. For those of you who don't know, Extremis was a virus created by a Dr. Wu. And Dr. Wu gave Extremis to Tony Stark. This gave Tony the ability to control his Iron Man suit and eventually actually be able to produce the Iron Man suit from his bones. Gross. But it makes sense in the context they presented it in. Just as this film makes sense in the context it's done in. The thing is, there's a twist in this film that's going to hurt things for a lot of people, but it will make sense. And if you're willing to accept it, you're going to enjoy the rest of the film. If you can't, no one's going to blame you for that. But other than that, the film is great. You actually get to see a lot more fighting differently from the way the other two Iron Man films work. Everything is not just spew, 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 spew. It's more in a good way. There's more Iron, there's more Tony Stark, more Rhodey, more Pepper. Everything comes across great as the epic ending to an epic trilogy. Because let's face it, most trilogies kind of fail at the ending. And when I say that, I am of course talking Spider-Man 3, Batman Forever, and Superman 3, and The Dark Knight Rises. But this time around, we got it lucky. Do I think this is the last time we'll see Robert Downey Jr. take on the role of Tony Stark? No. Do I think there is more stuff involving Tony Stark to come? Yes. What would I call this movie? 8 out of 10 on the superhero scale. It's an exciting thrill ride. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. Why are you even still talking to me? Get to your theater and see it. And let's end this video with a little more Black Sabbath.